Wilmington. How are you? Well, that sucked. Hello, Wilmington. How are you? Thank you. So I'm representing the Port of LA today. I just want to remind everyone, how many people knew about the supply chain being so fragile before COVID? Yeah, no one. And then as soon as things broke, then it became really essential and became a big deal, right? We move 40% of the U.S. cargo through the Port of LA and Long Beach. And that doesn't happen without the men and women in uniform that protect the freedom of the seas. And so I want to make sure that as we welcome these men and women here this weekend, that we're reminded of the fact that they make our lifestyles, they give us the ability to live the way that we want to live in freedom and with respect for each other. So I also wanted to give a quick shout out, because I've been doing that this weekend. My nephew, Spencer Livingston, just became a foreman 2 days ago. So 2 years ago, he was a kid, hair down, halfway down his back, didn't really have a direction, really smart kid, really smart kid. He went into the Navy, he just graduated as a foreman, and he came out, he's a different man. He looks at people differently. He looks at himself differently. He has pride and he has purpose. And so if you have someone that you know that is looking for a way to make the best life possible for themselves and their family, I hope that you consider bringing them to Fleet Week, let them see what the military is all about, and hopefully they'll be inspired to join. So thank you. Also, while you have these men and women here, I hope you look them in the eye. I hope you thank them for their service. I hope you take an opportunity to ask them where they're from and find out a little bit about them, connect human to human, and let them know that you love what they're doing and that you are thankful for what they're doing, because when they deploy, it's moments like these that they're going to remember when they're out there. So thank you for listening to me, and thank you for the men and women here from our armed forces.
Next we will hear from State Senator Bradford.
Good afternoon, good evening, how's everyone? It is truly an honor to be here today and celebrate LA Fleet Week with all the men and women, but give yourselves a round of applause, because you could have been anywhere else on a Friday, but you chose to be here to celebrate and recognize and embrace the men and women who put a uniform on a daily basis to protect our freedom, to protect our homeland. So we owe a debt of gratitude to each and every one of you, but it's also a great way to also kick off our Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day is not about picnics, it's not about barbecue, it's not about a day off, it's about also remembering the men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice for this country. The ultimate sacrifice to allow us to live where we live, to love who we love, to practice the religion that we choose to, the freedoms that we celebrate is because of the men and women, and freedom isn't free. And so Memorial Day is an opportunity to recognize and remember those individuals who made the ultimate sacrifice. So as a member of the California State Legislature, representing the 35th Senate District where we find ourselves here today, I just want to say thank you to the Rotary Club for the fantastic leadership. Give them a round of applause. And the Wilmington Chamber of Commerce for this annual event, and all the amazing restaurants that are represented here for a Taste of Wilmington today, for the food that they're making available, more importantly, again, for the men and women. So on behalf of the 35th Senate District, I say thank you, and let's have a great time. God bless you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, State Senator Stephen Bradford. Next we will hear from Assembly Member Mike Gibson.
Thank you very much. Wilmington, make some noise. Thank you very much. I'm Mike Gibson. For those of you who may not know me, I represent the 65th California State Assembly, and it's a great honor to be with each and every one of you. I was standing on the stage a few moments ago thinking and reflecting back on my father and my uncle who served this country, one as a United States Air Force, and also the the Navy. And I'm very grateful for their leadership. I'm grateful to every man and woman who serves this great country. And I want to say, basically echoing what Senator Chief Bradford said, freedom is not free. And when we find ourselves in this country right now where wars going on all across around the world, I have a comfort level that gives me the great freedom to, one, wake up every morning not having bombs or hearing gunfire. And I attribute what we have in terms of our peace to the men and women in uniform. My mother always said, baby, if anybody does anything for you, simply say thank you. And so please do not be remiss without making sure that someone in uniform hears a thank you from you. Tell them how much you appreciate them, all that they do. We thank you for your service, and Wilmington has embraced you. Each and every year that we have Fleet Week, it's an opportunity for Wilmington to come together, but also other cities can marvel over what's taking place here in Fleet Week. Over the week, I've also shared with my colleagues. They asked me, what is Fleet Week? And I'm able to articulate what it means and why this community is so unique. And so we're very grateful. I also heard that we've never had this kind of turnout we've had right now. And we want to say thank you everyone for coming out and supporting all of our men and women in uniform. And I want to thank our Wilmington Chamber of Commerce, but also our Rotary Club. And I'm going to ask Senator Steve Bradford to stand with me as we present this certificate on behalf of both houses, the Senate and the Assembly. And we have the president of the Rotary Club, Wilmington Rotary Club, the 6th annual Taste of Wilmington on behalf of the California State Assembly and the California State Senate, and the residents of the 35th Senate District and the residents of the 65th Assembly District. We thank you for your dedication in showcasing the best flavor of our community and has to offer spotlighting the small businesses. We commend you on this day for your tireless efforts and unwavering support towards creating a day filled with fun, gratitude, and celebration of our community and the diversity and the culture that lies within. This day, May 24, 2024, signed by Mike Gibson, who represents the 65th Assembly District, but is given on behalf of the 35th Senate District and the 65th Assembly District. So thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Assemblymember Mike Gibson. And next we will hear from the voice, the representative of the 1-5, Councilmember Gosper.
Hey everybody, Tim McGosper, Councilman of the 1-5. It is so great to be here for this wonderful event. I know you love Fleet Week, I love Fleet Week. We have a lot to be proud of, because I hear that of all the Fleet Weeks across the country, that the LA Harbor Fleet Week is the best Fleet Week of all. Let's hear it for us. And we should also be very proud of the fact that the largest Memorial Day event anywhere in Southern California is the LA Harbor Fleet Week. It brings so many people to our waterfront. And I will tell you, even if anyone else from the 1-5 is here, from Watts to the waterfront, I'm going to say out loud that my favorite event of the weekend is this event at Danny Park, with this beautiful setting, with this beautiful environment, and with this great food, this great taste of Wilmington. It's so wonderful to be here. We had a great welcome last night. We got another welcome tonight. We got all kinds of events coming up. I'm looking forward to it. We're so grateful to the women and men of the Sea Service for everything they do for us. And we bless them at this time. We think of them, we pray for them when they're out and about. This is an opportunity for us to see them just in normal settings like this. And as Lee Williams said, get to know them, ask where they grew up, let them know about our community, and express to them how important it is that they are here. It's also great that so many other folks have done the planning of this event. And we really appreciate the Fleet Week Foundation. I want to thank especially the Port of Los Angeles. I know Gene Soroka is here. Let's call out Gene and thank Gene. There he is, right there. He's waving, he's way out. He was on his phone. He's halfway to here in the bathrooms. So, in all seriousness, you know, the men and women of the Sea Service do so much to make sure that our quality of life is maintained. And folks have talked about our freedom of speech and our freedoms to live the way we want to live. But here in the harbor, we know how important these port jobs are. We know how important it is to make sure that we have great economic development. But for the freedom of the seas, we wouldn't have these great longshore jobs. We wouldn't have these great logistics jobs. We wouldn't have these 1 in 9 jobs in LA County that are made because of the Port of LA and the Port of Long Beach. That free trade is because of what the men and the women do in the Navy and the Marines and the Coast Guard. So let's thank them again for our quality of life. So I'm really honored that the 1-5 is a co-sponsor of this with the Wilmington Rotary Club. It is great to be in partnership with the club. So come on up. I have, on behalf of the 265,000 souls of the 1-5, congratulations on this 6th annual Taste of Wilmington. We appreciate you. We love our partnership. Congratulations and thank you. Thank you very much.
So we save the best for last. Remarks from Admiral Sargil. I want to say it right. Did I say it?
You did say it right.
Okay, good.
All right, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Well, on behalf of the 3,000 sailors that are embarked as a part of Carrier Strike Group 1, USS Carl Vinson Strike Group, we are thrilled to be here. We have not seen such a warm reception anywhere here. So we're here in the best LA Fleet Week, best Fleet Week in the nation. This is the best reception that we have seen so far, and we want to say thank you to you for welcoming us. So the council members and your government representatives did a pretty good job of explaining the so what of what we do as a sea service. So in the interest of not being between you and the food and the rest of this party, I'm just going to focus on people. Your sailors are highly trained professionals who have volunteered to go out and serve a higher calling. We're very proud of what we do. That's why I stayed. That's why I've been doing this for 34 years, flying off of aircraft carriers and then delivering peace, stability, and responding to crises across the full spectrum of operations, from humanitarian assistance to deterrence. When we get a chance to be a part of the public, we truly appreciate that chance to share with you what it is we do. We ask that if you have, who's not been to the carrier yet? All right, general public visitation is open. Next 3 days, we're going to have a flyover every day at 1400. So 2 Navy Strike Fighters, F-18 Rhinos are going to go over at 1400 over the carrier down the bay. Be able to see it from everywhere. You hear the sound of freedom. But come out and see us. Take a look at it. Spend some time with us. The other thing that I'd like to do is, as we approach Memorial Day on Monday, is going to ask everybody a pre-stretch here. If we could all stand and bow our heads for a second and think of those that we have lost in the past in support of the freedom of our nation. All right, thank you for that. And finally, again, it is a thrilling opportunity for us to be here. We were downtown this morning with City Council. They did a proclamation for us. We're going to hang that proudly on the ship. We're going to take a piece of your community with us in our hearts when we leave here, and think about that. It helps us when we're out on point and things are arduous to know that we have the support not only of our families and our friends and those that know us, but people who have just met us. And you're thinking about the sailors and servicemen that are out there. And the last piece is that this is a joint service from CQ Brown, Chief of Staff of the Joint Chiefs, and the Chief of Staff of the Air Force. We all work together now. We have Army forces here on display as well as Air Force. We all work together in one seamless force along with the Coast Guard. So thank you for the Sea Services participation and everyone. Hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I will turn the mic back over so that we can enjoy the party.
Thank you. Thank you. And that is it for our speeches, except that I would like to acknowledge in our audience we have someone who gave us a lot of help in setting up our event today. So I'd like to thank from LA Fire Department, Chief Gutierrez, if you could raise your hand. Chief Gutierrez, thank you very much. And I want to do a double thank you to Port of LA Executive Director, Gene Soroka, back there. Gene, thank you. And then we also have with us, I believe, the commanding officer of the USS Vincent, and I did get to go on a tour on Wednesday. It's huge. Matt Davis, commanding officer, there we go. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And I'm a big fan of the show NCIS, and I always get to hear SECNAV, the Secretary of the Navy. We are honored today to have the Chief of Staff of the Secretary of the Navy, Chris Diaz. And if he can raise his hand. That way, there we go. Thank you. Thank you. I apologize. I interrupted his conversation because I didn't know who it was. Sorry. And one of the persons key to Fleet Week taking place and happening the way that it does here, from the USS Iowa, Jonathan Williams, please stand. And finally, behind me, there's a banner. These are our sponsors. You know, the event is free and open, but it's not really free, right? Somebody has to pay for it. So besides our co-sponsors here, the Rotary Club and CD15, we would like to acknowledge these companies here, Marathon, Supervisor Dennis Hahn, Southern California Gas, the Port of LA, Rotary, WRD, VOPEC, OMG Pictures. You gotta get on that special little thing that goes in a circle that takes your pictures. Fast Lane Transportation, Phillips 66, and of course the 15. Every one of those make this event possible. We have wonderful food. We call it the Taste of Wilmington. That means that we went around to every restaurant in Wilmington and asked. So we got pizza, Chinese food, Persian food, Mexican food, you name it, we got it. We want you to taste it, enjoy Wilmington. Behind me is Manning Mansion, the home of Phineas Manning, the founder of the Port of LA. And it is open for tours, so please feel free to take advantage. There are the docents behind me. And of course, how about a big old thank you to the Executive Director of the museum here, Michael Sanborn. Thank you, Mike. And Cherokee, my friend, who's in charge of making sure that this place continues. And guess who's here? The great-granddaughter of Phineas Manning. Julia Banning, where are you? I said hello to her, so she's back there she is. And cheering the Friends of Banning Museum. So a lot of people here, thank you very much for all your support. To our servers for our food, big shout out to ITEP and the students from ITEP. And the people in yellow, SBCC, who provided the volunteers doing our service today. So we're supposed to be grateful. Who else do I need to thank? Thank you. Okay, I'm at the stage. Oh. And there are games. There's plenty of drinks. We do ask new rules from liquor license. So some of you are wearing those red bags. Please put them on so that we don't get in trouble in case somebody comes in to check that we did what we should have done. I will share the mic now with Julia Banning.
Welcome. It's wonderful to see such a good crowd out here tonight. And we're so happy to have you here at the Banning Museum. Phineas Banning, who built this house 150 years ago, was my great-great-grandfather. And I had nothing to do with that, but I'm very proud to be here, and I'm so happy you're all here too. We will have the house open to walk through, and we encourage you all to see the house. And you need to come in by the front door, and we will be opening the front door after this program is done.
And two names that I forgot to mention. From proud member of our club, the Honorable Pat Wilson. Pat, where are you? Raise your hand. Councilman Pat Wilson. He's our friend because he's in our Rotary Club. And then also and thank you for all the water, from WRD Water Replenishment District Board Member Vera Robles. There she is, in blue. Thank you very much. And I believe those are all the thank yous. You now get to enjoy the old brass band? No. Old brass band. Then I had another word in front. Roar. Okay. They've been here. They got early. They were ready to entertain you. How about the Marine Band? They're coming up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.